here today on this beautiful day to discuss some of the things that you might be struggling with now that it's springtime. So a lot of dogs have a hard time focusing outdoors once everything starts melting for a couple reasons. One, a lot of people aren't out practicing focus outdoors in the middle of winter. We also have a lot of other animals that are getting out and about and more active. So you have a lot more birds that are making sounds flying around. Rabbits and squirrels are out and about more now. So that is one thing that can also make it more difficult for your dog to focus outside. And in addition to the visual stimuli, the scent distractors are very, very prevalent in the spring because of the melting of the snow and the moisture in the air. It holds those scents more than dry air does. So because of that, a lot of dogs find it harder to focus because they're busy sniffing things and they want to check out what's been there and who walked by last week, all of that information. So a couple things you can do to get your dog to focus better is you can bring food with you on the walks to help that transition back into focus on walks, even if you don't always need to have it with you. You can start with just dog kibble and see if that's good enough. If that doesn't keep your dogs focused, there are some other things that you can do to keep focus. One of them is to up the value of your treat. So I have this nice treat pouch here. It's got two pockets. So I have a pocket for the kibble, and then I have a pocket for these little freeze-dried liver treats that he will do just about anything to get a piece of one. So that can be super helpful to have a high value treat with you on your walks for when you're walking through areas that are more distracting than average. You can up that value of that treat. Some dogs really like peanut butter, and that is their highest value treat. So having a Kong with you that you set in your treat pocket, it fits really nice in this one. I can pull it out and he can lick on it while we're walking, and he can follow me and he'll follow this Kong toy around. Currently it's empty and he just thinks toys are fun. So that can be another option, is just have a toy with you on your walk. Some dogs really, really love tug-of-war games. And so having a hoodie pocket that's big enough for a tug-of-war toy can be really helpful. And you can use play as a reinforcer for your dog if that's something that your dog is more willing to work for than food, which is actually very common for a lot of dogs. So he's one who he also really likes food and he likes toys, and he'll work for both. So that's something that I could, ask him to target my hand, and then I could pull a tug toy out and we could play, and I could reinforce him with play. So, Dosh, you're rich. And so then he thinks, oh my gosh, it's so much fun to listen to my human, because then I get my favorite toy ever, and we get to play some tug of war. Give. Sometimes I will ask for the toy to be relinquished and he'll get to have it back right away. Other times I reinforce him with a little bit of food, which is a little lower value than that game was, but often that helps us get past distractions out on walks. The other thing is to be aware of your surroundings. If your dog is having a hard time focusing in your yard and in front of your house when there aren't people and children and other animals around, it's going to be a lot to try to ask them to focus away from home where there are other people and other animals. So starting at home and practicing the things you want your dog to do out on a walk, at home, in the house on a leash, and then in your yard on a leash, and then in your front yard on a leash, and then just up and down your own block when there aren't a lot of people around. Those things can help quite a bit with keeping your dog focused on you and doing those things that you want them to do, rather than just investigating everything, pulling your arm off, trying to see that next bird that just landed. Those things can be super helpful if you practice at home first. The other thing is, you do need to give your dog time to be a dog. So having times on your walk where you do allow your dog to just investigate and sniff areas. If you saw where a bunny ran by, you can point it out to your dog and say, go sniff, and give them that cue to go investigate. And then the walk is fun for them also if they get time to sniff and investigate, because that's part of being a dog. So having opportunities for that can be really helpful for dogs to stay focused. If they can have those mental sniff breaks, they often do a lot better. If you're really struggling with getting your dog out on walks again, or there are certain triggers that are just too much and you're not sure how to handle them, I'd be more than happy to help you with some one-on-one visits where we can address those things. He sees his tuck toy and he wants it. Good dog. Good boy. You can have that. Good boy. If you have any questions, by all means, you can let me know. I'd be happy to help you.